Hey there, so you finally decided to open up your dust-old laptop and give it some love. You bought the thermal paste, watched 3 tutorials, maybe even borrowed a set of precision screwdrivers from your neighbor. Everything looked easy. How hard could it be, you thought? You're not some caveman, right? You carefully took it apart, wiped down the fan, scraped off the old crusty thermal paste that looked like expired toothpaste, and applied a fresh blob of the new one. Feeling like a tech god, you reassembled everything, pressed the power button, and that's where the nightmare began.
At first, maybe you didn't notice anything. It booted, you smiled. Then you launched Chrome and heard something weird. A loud, angry fan spinning like a tiny turbine, preparing for takeoff. Maybe it's just cooling down. But no, the noise got louder. Then the screen froze. Then the laptop restarted. And then the dreaded thermal warning. You, my friend, just made things worse. But why? Let's rewind. See, when it comes to cleaning a laptop, it's not just about dust out, paste on. There are traps. Sneaky traps. And unless you've disassembled a few dozen machines, you're almost guaranteed to step on one. For starters, did you remember to disconnect the battery before you started? No? That's okay. You only risked frying your motherboard with a bit of static electricity. Nothing major. Happens all the time. Spoiler. It doesn't. Then there's the fan. You probably sprayed it with air, right? Maybe even held the blade still with your finger like the tutorials told you. But did you check the heatsink? The copper thing next to the fan? That tiny grill is often so clogged, it could hide an entire civilization of dust bunnies. Just blowing on it doesn't help. You need to actually disassemble the fan and clean out that cursed radiator. Otherwise, all your thermal paste efforts are like putting new tires on a car with no engine. Speaking of thermal paste, oh man, that part deserves its own horror story. Most people think more is better, so they put a fat glob on the CPU and smush it with the cooler. But here's the thing. Thermal paste is supposed to fill microscopic gaps, not become a layer cake between the CPU and the heatsink. Too much, and it spills over the edges, maybe even onto the motherboard, especially if it's conductive. Yes, some pastes actually carry electricity. That's not a myth. You might have shorted something just by being generous. And even if the amount was right, what about the pressure? Did you tighten the screws in a cross pattern gradually? Or did you just go in a circle and crank one side all the way down first? CPUs hate uneven pressure. Imagine wearing shoes where one is laced tightly and the other is barely tied. Uncomfortable, right? Same with heatsinks. Bad contact equals bad cooling equals overheated laptop equals what have I done? Now, let's talk fans again. Did you plug it back in? Sounds stupid, but hey, it happens. Or worse, you plugged it into the wrong connector. Some laptops have 2 similar-looking ports nearby, and you just gave power to the speaker while your fan is screaming in silence. It's just sitting there, slowly watching your CPU roast itself alive. Silent. Dead. Like your dreams of being a laptop repair pro. Oh, and maybe your laptop has one of those awful, thin plastic heat pipes with cheap thermal pads. Did you put them back? Did you touch them with your oily fingers? Did you accidentally flip them upside down and now they're pressing on nothing? Those squishy little squares matter more than you think. And once they've been compressed and removed, some of them don't perform properly when reused. That's why pros replace them every time. Yeah, annoying. I know. By now, your laptop is probably performing worse than before. Temps are higher, fan is louder, maybe even games crash faster. You feel betrayed. You were just trying to help. But here's the twist. This pain is necessary. Every repair geek, every real tech wizard, we've all done it. We've all thought we were being clever and ended up turning a $1,000 machine into a hot plate. So next time, test everything while it's still open. Watch the thermals in real time. Don't fully close the case until you're sure. If you're applying thermal paste, use the grain of rice method. Don't overdo it. Clean the heatsink grill, not just the fan. Replace pads when needed. And always, always, unplug the battery before you touch anything. Because no one wants to explain to their friends how cleaning their laptop turned it into a toaster. And hey, if your laptop is running worse after your heroic cleaning attempt, don't beat yourself up. You're not alone. You're just one step closer to mastering the dark art of laptop repair. Welcome to the club.